Okay, so today I want to talk about home health agencies. I've worked for three different home health agencies at this point, and I've had kind of bad experiences at all of them except for one, which I never actually took a client with them because of the fact that, like, I just didn't feel comfortable. Um, And so I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that you have to make sure that you are choosing the right home health agency for you, whether you're doing home health as a CNA, LPN, RN, whatever, or you're working as a caregiver in like more of the non-medical um, caregiving type positions, which, let's face it, a lot of the non-medical caregiving positions, yeah, they kind of are. They end up having you do a lot more CNA work. Um, anyways, so the one home health agency that I worked with at first, they were all right. They did trainings occasionally, but you had to be like one of their top caregivers in order to get training, which I thought was ridiculous. And they would kind of like screw you over. Like, I told them when I got hired through them that I had open availability, and so they would like constantly text and call and text and call and text and call, talking about, can you take this person, can you take this person, can you go out here, can you go out there. And the one thing about home health is that a lot of them do not reimburse you for the mileage that is put on your vehicle unless you are transporting a client. And sometimes, even with that, like, um, I've known people who worked at other agencies, none that I've worked for, who don't even reimburse you for like mileage put on your car or gas for your car while you're transporting your clients around, which I think is ridiculous. Like, if that's part of your job, then mileage reimbursement should definitely be part of the package. There's other the first, sorry, I'm getting a little screwed up here. The first place that I worked for, they didn't really tell you much about the person, like, until the day of your assignment, which I kind of understand, but at the same time, I kind of want to be able to look over the information to see what the person is going to need before I accept the shift, you know? Like, I feel like you should at least tell me, like, is this person a to assist, you know, or do they need a Hoyer? Something like that is stuff that you need to know. Are they bedbound? That should be something that, you know before you even accept the shift. Or like, if the person has dementia and they get combative, those are things that should be told to you before you even accept the shift. Um, and that's not how it was. They just kind of said, oh, well, we need so and so. And sometimes they would say, we need a caregiver to go look after so and so from these hours to these hours. And, like, for example, they would say, we need a caregiver to go care for Mr. Smith from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or whatever hours. Um, and sometimes they would say it's companion care, which companion care is more like, you're just sitting with them, kind of, having a little fellowship, companionship type thing where, you're providing company. And so they're not alone. And sometimes with the companionship, it's more like making sure that they don't fall, making sure that they are staying safe. If they need a little bit of help with like homemaking type stuff, as far as like um, preparing meals, maybe you need to vacuum, like maybe they needed help vacuuming or doing laundry or something like that. That more would fall into the companionship type stuff. Um, and then you would have like the personal care type thing. And sometimes they wouldn't really tell you. Like, there were a few times where they would literally just give me the client's name, where I'm going, and what time I need to be there, like the hours of the shift. And it's a little frustrating because how do I know if I even want to accept the shift if I don't know what I'm getting myself into? Um, Bella's whining slash growling. But, if I don't know what I'm getting myself into, I don't know if I want to accept it, you know? Like, if it's going to be somebody who gets super combative and they're heavy or they need a Hoyer lift or something like that, why can't you tell me that before I accept the shift? Like, as you're sending out the information for the shift, you don't have to say the client's name, but you can say, hey, we need somebody to go from this time to this time, and this is what type of care is needed. Or, you know, kind of something like that. If you catch my drift. Bella, shut up. Stop whining. I'm sorry. But the second, sorry, Bella screwed me up here. The second home health agency that I worked for the first time, I worked for them twice, okay? And the first time I worked for them, I was supposed to be with two clients. One client mainly, and then another client kind of as a backup caregiver. So the one client was supposed to be like full-time day shift hours. And then the second client was just like, if the other caregiver couldn't get there, then I would be there, and that was just companionship and making meals for the person and making sure that she didn't fall. And they totally screwed me over because they switched my hours like without even letting me know. And when I had signed all the paperwork and everything, the lady in the office had told me, you know, if we need to change your schedule, is that okay? And I said yes, as long as I have advance notice. And she said, oh, that won't be a problem. You know, we make sure that if we need to change your schedule, it's done 7 days in advance. And the first day that I was scheduled to work, she had me going on a training shift with my full-time client. So it would be me and another caregiver, and the other caregiver was basically showing me what all this other client needed, because there was a lot of medical stuff involved with that one. And that same day, like, I had literally just gotten home and checked my schedule to see like what the rest of the week was going to look like, and they had me scheduled to go see somebody else in 4 hours, like after I had just gotten home from a training shift. And so I called the office, and she's like, oh yeah, we needed you to work at so-and-so's house tomorrow, and her daughters wanted you to come and meet them so that they could tell you what she needs. And I'm thinking, this is definitely not what we agreed upon. And that's why I made the video talking about, you know, making sure that you're choosing the right home health care agency for you, because some of these home care agencies are like so shisty. They could care less as long as they have people to work. They don't care about your time. They don't care about what you need to do or what you have planned in advance, because a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, because there are some good home care agencies out there, but a lot of them, they could care less about what you have planned or what you want to do with your life. They see it as, we have patients, they need caregivers, you're a caregiver, you're not working during these hours, oh, here, we can put you with them, you know. And it's super frustrating, and you need to let them know, like, when you are getting hired or in the interview process, you know, how you either are okay with last minute schedule changes, or if you need like at least 24 hours in advance or at least a week in advance, something like that, if they do need to change your schedule. Because it's really important that you kind of advocate for yourself, because like, obviously you have a life, a lot of people have families, you know, and you want to be able to spend time with your family and spend time with your friends or whoever you want to spend time with, and not work 24/7, you know. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to share with you. I'm sorry I got a little distracted and didn't really say everything that I wanted to say in this video. Also, make sure that if you don't feel comfortable with a certain client, that you let your agency know, because a lot of times they can put you with a different client, or you can just let them know, you know, hey, this client is not a good fit for me. I don't feel comfortable caring for them. and they can take you off that client. And if they don't take you off that client after you've told them that you don't feel comfortable with it, there's definitely an issue with that agency. So yeah, just make sure that you're advocating for yourself. If you feel like you need additional training for some things, make sure that you ask for it. Just make sure that you have everything you need. Make sure you get the information that you need about your patients before you go to their house. I hate it when places tell me, you know, oh, there's information in the care book at the house. Like, yes, I get that, but I need to know, like, exactly what it is that you are expecting me to do for said client while I'm at their house. And I would like to know beforehand, since it's just going to be me and the client, or me, the client, and a family member or something at their house. You know, it's a little frustrating when you're just kind of being thrown to the wolves and you don't really know what it is that you're supposed to be doing for the client. So just make sure that you speak up for yourself. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself if you need to. And if you need any other tips or advice on CNA work, caregiving work, home care, home health, the non-medical home care, let me know. And I'd be glad to get it filmed for you. If there's any other topics you'd like me to talk about, let me know that as well. And I will talk to you guys again soon.